Hello, it's the Sinister Gambino here with a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Grand Theft Auto Online and Reddit Online updates that'll be coming soon, aka in the summer. And I believe there's also a little tiny bit of talk for both games as well when it comes to near the end of the year. Onto the first paragraph of the Rockstar Newswire here. Rockstar talks about how, like, in recent months, they've had more players than ever before, or whatever. Which isn't the most shocking thing given the real world circumstances going on right now, in my opinion, for sure. And then they also talk about how the community's been awaiting updates for both games for a while now or whatever. And specifically for Reddit Online, at least, I believe people were wearing like clown outfits or something like that in protest or whatever of the lack of communication or whatever. So that was definitely quite funny for sure. On to the next paragraph, Rockstar confirms that there's going to be a massive new update for Reddit Online next Tuesday, July 28th, with a new Frontier Pursuit. My opinion on Frontier Pursuits is that they're kind of being dragged out, in my opinion, personally. Like, with businesses, I believe, there's never been, like, free business updates in a row. I think the closest to that was, like, finance felonies, bikers, import-export, but I think even then there's, like, coming stunts between that. And I don't think there's been like free like lowrider updates as well, for example. The fact we're getting like free Frontier Pursuits is kind of a little off-putting for me personally. But I'm sure it will be vastly different from the other Frontier Pursuits, so that will definitely be quite nice. And also thinking about being animals, I believe the last update kind of broke animal spawns, so hopefully they'll actually like nail the animal spawns again. Or at least like fix them or something like that. Because, yeah, it seems they're going to be a very vital part to the next Frontier Pursuit, whatever it might be. And as for what I think it kind of might be, I think I've heard of, like, there being rumors or leaks. Might be more than just, like, pure rumors. I believe there might have been leaks to, like, some, like, photographer or, like, trapper kind of role. And looking into like some of the clothing, I don't know if any of the clothing is new in the Reddit Online screenshot, but if the like hat is new in the screenshot, I could actually see it being a Trapper DLC for like the Frontier Pursuit. And it could kind of make sense as well, because the Trapper was a huge feature in single player, similar to how the bounty in it being a Frontier Pursuit, and that was originally a big feature to the single player, so I could see it being something like a Trapper, something like that. Wait, I don't think they've given like a official name to it, but that's kind of my opinion on what it's going to be for sure. And they also talk about how there's going to be a new Outlaw Pass, of course, which happens like every single DLC with a new Frontier Pursuit. However, I kind of wish they would like start doing Outlaw Passes like other games, how they do their versions. Like, obviously I know this game's not like a dedicated battle royale, but it's definitely quite good for sure. Definitely glad on that. But yeah, I wish like those games or whatever, they would have like their Outlaw Pass, their current one, go on to the next DLC. Because their Outlaw Passes are kind of short in terms of times compared to like other games. So I think either they should like stick to the one Outlaw Pass or whatever for the whole like DLC. Or like come out with like other Outlaw Passes while waiting for the next DLC or whatever. To add like some small bits of new content, which would be kind of nice. And yeah, they also mention tons of community requested features, which is always quite welcome. So hopefully some nice quality of life improvements will be coming out. I'm sure there will be. And of course much more in the months to come. Onto the next paragraph of the Rockstar Newswire talks about the summer update, and that's going to be coming at GTAO Online, which offers a mix of diverse new content from a massive array of experiences to enjoy. Which I'm assuming they're kind of like referring to like past experiences from like previous DLCs. So it's a quite nice like mashup of that kind of stuff. That would be quite a cool DLC for sure in my opinion. And as far as content wise goes, we only really have like a picture of a supercar. That's kind of more like, the pictures kind of give more of a vibe I feel than the Red Dead pictures do. But yeah. The supercar, I'm not much of a car person or anything, so I'm not going to go into like details on what it is or anything like that. And I tried looking at the grill, and I can't really make out what that like manufacturer logo is. I think it might be a manufacturer logo on the grill. But if anyone knows what it is, I would definitely be very curious to know for sure. On screen right now is the picture as well that I was talking about with Red Dead Online, how it kind of gives a trapper vibe to me in my opinion. And I kind of looked close at the like gun belt or whatever, and it kind of looks furry or like scaly, something like that to me. And I don't really know if that's one currently in the game or not. But if not, it kind of looks like a snake pelt or something like that, I would think. So yeah, maybe that gives more of a vibe than I originally thought. But yeah. On to the next paragraph of the Newswire here. It says later this year, players can expect more big updates for both games, with extensions and augmentations in existing role for Red Dead Online. As for what role I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be the collector role personally. And why do I think that exactly? I believe the like latest DLC we got, the Moonshiners DLC, I believe they like nerfed the collector or something like that, where there's like more possible spawns for a collector, which kind of makes it harder to like go for the spawns or whatever than before, since there's more possible like locations and stuff like that between like several different days or whatever, however the collector system works. But yeah, I think they mentioned on the patch notes of the Moonshiner DLC, I think that they did like nerf the collector or something like that, in terms of like spawn locations and stuff. So yeah, I definitely think that might be for the collector for sure. And then it talks about the biggest update ever for GTA Online, featuring the latest take on Heists in an entirely new location. So it seems we're going to be having our shortest break ever between two Heist DLCs now. Never really expected that there would be Heists coming out that soon after our current update, our latest update in the game, of course, being the Diamond Casino Heist. Yeah, that's definitely nice to see. And yeah, it says in an entirely new location, which is quite interesting. As for an entirely new location, who knows? Could be like a building remodel kind of thing, like similar to the Diamond Casino and Resort, how they took the old casino and turned into a whole new casino. It could be an approach like that. Who knows? Maybe with like the construction building, maybe 7+ years after the game's been out, the like construction site might finally be finished, something like that. That could be a possibility. As for a new location, it could just simply be a new property as well. New like property type similar to like the arcade. Could be something like that as well. I could see it being like that. And the most unlikely kind of circumstance I would definitely feel would be like a map expansion, though I'm definitely not expecting that one at all. If anything, maybe a map expansion on like North Yankton, maybe they'll complete more of it if for some reason it goes out to North Yankton. But technically that's already in the game, especially for the single player. And it kind of is as well for online, like back when you can like glitch to it and stuff like that. I don't know if there's still like a glitch in the game for a game to North Yankton or anything like that. But technically in some ways it could be considered in online as well, not officially, but through like unintended methods and stuff like that. So I don't know if that would really count as an entirely new location, but who knows, since it's not technically officially visited online, maybe it could. On to the last remotely interesting paragraph, I would say, for the Newswire. It says, thanks for submissions through the official feedback channels. And they talked about how musical instruments for Red Dead Online and in the Master Control Terminal, for example, were pretty much in part of like community feedback, for example. So that's definitely quite nice to hear. Like the Master Control Terminal, for example, was off of like community feedback. That's what I definitely expected. Nice to have some confirmation on that for sure. And more suggestions, of course, will be on the way in the next few weeks. Now, the next few weeks could be kind of a like remote like mention at like when the online DLC for GTA Online could be coming out. Since there's no like actual release for the summer GTA Online DLC, next few weeks I could definitely see that for the GTA Online update. It would entirely make sense as well, because there might only be like a few weeks left in a sense for summer, at least till it gets to kind of like September, something like that. But yeah, summer's kind of typically like June, July, August. So a few weeks would definitely be a very good like release time for the next DLC, of course. Anything that's not like a day apart from two major updates like last time for sure. But yeah, the second to last one just talks about like their typical like message on like cheating and hacking and stuff like that, and then the last one just says to stay tuned on the Newswire. That's finally going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.